I've been driving tractors in the field since I was 6 years old. We lived on a 600-acre farm. 400 acres was in cultivation, had to be planted and stuff each year. I was probably 10 years old or just turning 10 because I was going to join 4-H that night. And I was driving the tractor and we had bought it used. And I was cultivating soil. Had to stop to try to back up for a bit. I went I had to always push way on the front of the seat to get to the clutch. And as I did that, the bolt snapped, the seat tilted back, and dumped me in between the tractor and the digger. Now everything is still moving. If I'd have hit that big drop, that big hitch, I'd have definitely, it would have been over with. But I went to the side, and I couldn't figure, I was always wondering, there's no way that it's humanly possible to do that. There's something definitely was there, different and very powerful. Hi, this is Kenneth Cody. This is my testimony. I graduated high school. I didn't feel that I was ready for college yet, and so I decided I wanted to join the Air Force. Rocket City, Da Nang had probably the most rockets of any base over there. In fact, I think sometimes they say that we had more rockets than all the other bases combined. So it was well known as Rocket City. So I was down there, I was working on the airplane, and I thought I'd arced something, and all of a sudden the blue lights, I hear it flashing. Well, it's the blue lights out there on the perimeter that says we're got incoming rockets. It wasn't a good thing to be sitting in that airplane with all this ammo and flares and all that stuff in case it goes up. As soon as seen the lights, I knew I had to get out of the airplane. I got outside, and then as I get out, and then I see this rocket that impacts probably 70 feet away. So I knew I had to do something.
So a rocket landed 70 feet away from you?
Which isn't a lot of distance for a rocket.
I don't think it is. And
it was right in fact, the roadway, is probably maybe even 30 feet wide, probably that.
And
it's halfway in between.
It didn't explode?
It did not explode. Then I headed back to the shop, and now I had been there since noon through the night and to the next morning. And so I went back to the shop, and they said, what are you doing here? And I said, what do you mean? They said, well, we heard you bought the farm. And I said, well, I guess you're going to have to put up with me for 6 more months.
Wow. So they thought you had died?
Yeah.
Wow. Because others had died that night?
Yeah, because they knew that there was, and they knew where I was at, and they had heard about it was a rocket, that had a rocket had landed right near the crash recovery area of the fire trucks.
So that's twice near death experience there.
Yeah, in the years, as I've looked back numerous times, in both when I was a child and with the tractor accident, and also in Vietnam, I felt there was an intervention, and it had to be God or some powerful, and it just said, it's something more powerful than anything you know.
So what advice would you give men who want to feel how real God is?
I think if they want to feel that, and I think you have to open up yourself a little, we sometimes smother ourselves, we don't, but you have to open up a little bit, and opening up, you might figure out more that there is something definitely, and life can be a lot better you can have more, more joy or more, every
Yeah.
anything.